I'm Greg Elkins, head coach at Heritage High School Lady Generals in my 5th year. This is my 5th season coming up. With me, I have my 3 captains, Kayla Lopez, Macy Collins, and Reese Abercrombie.
Well, Coach, welcome. My name is David Humphreys. I'm with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Coach, feel free to take that mic out. Yeah, that way you can just pass it. A little sensitive.
Way better.
Yeah. So if you'd start us off, Coach, if you would just give us a little bit of your expectation from, what you've seen in the preseason and in the summer and what you're going to see as this season plays out.
Well, luckily for me, I've had 3 previous seasons with these 3 sitting to my left, so I know what to kind of expect from these 3. Macy is actually just returning to us from softball, so the girls softball team just won the state championship this past Saturday, so she's returning to us today for the first time. Kayla and Reese have been out with us for a couple weeks, so we've been down a few players the last couple weeks for that reason. Still missing one this week coming up for cross country. So, getting everybody back and obviously having prior knowledge of all of them, I think the summer went really well. I think fall camp, 4-on-1s and some off-season workouts went really well. So I think the first 2 weeks of practice has been high energy, been a lot of learning involved with some of our younger girls, and I think that our 2 seniors that have been here these 2 weeks have helped a lot in kind of helping those girls get along and kind of getting ready for what's to come this season.
You guys obviously know a lot about winning and stuff like that. You guys had a really solid defensive team last year. Any more emphasis on, maybe trying to score a little bit more this year? And where is that offense going to come from?
Yeah, we had our moments. We always try to preach the fact that you're not going to shoot the ball fantastic every night. So I think that's part of the game. So obviously we focus a lot on defense from that perspective. Understanding on nights that we don't score or shoot the ball as well as we do on another night, we're always in a game because we can defend. So it's always our main focus. We work on it at least half of practice each day, maybe more sometimes, and understanding different defenses and that kind of thing, how we're going to guard pick and rolls, different situations, and also offensive. What your question was about offense, but I think we're always going to focus on the defensive side of the ball first. Offensively, we have a pretty dynamic point guard and some girls that can score the ball pretty consistently. So I think that we have the ability to do that. I think playing a little bit faster, a little bit freer might be something in the cards this year. So I think that's something we're focusing on leading up to the first game. So that's kind of where we're at.
Kayla, talk about the work you guys have put in the off season. I know you and a couple of your teammates, have been playing in the summer a lot. Just how's all that work, helping out going into this season, your final year?
During summer, we practiced and worked out a lot together. Preseason, during school, we would get together and play a little pickup to build up our chemistry, and that was every week upcoming towards the start of the season. And I think it helped us out really well. A lot of our underclassmen have gained so much experience and have helped out a lot now in practice, and I think they're going to be a really big help this year.
All right, Macy, I know you just got back from softball, but you are the defending region player of the year.
Yes, sir.
Talk about, going into the season, knowing that kind of target's on your back, but just how have you kind of embraced that and how are you going to try to, top what you did this past season?
Well, I have a lot of good teammates that help me out, so it makes it easier for me when I have a good point guard and other shooters that can open the floor. And I have high expectations to try to grow from last year. So,
Reese, let me ask you. This team really seems like a family. More, and a lot of teams do, but this one specifically just seems like, you guys are really in tune, really bonded together. What's that family dynamic like?
I feel like we try to get all closer together. We have team dinners every month, and we do things for like the holidays throughout the year. We spend a lot of time together, even in the off season, and I feel like that helps our chemistry on the court as well.
Yeah. Greg, going into a region that it's going to be tough.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, I mean, you got the you guys especially, and then the other teams that are coming in are all used to winning games, or they're getting to that next level of winning games. Even the ones you haven't played, consistently in the past, a little bit about because you've seen them from time to time. So just talk about the region and the challenges they're going to be every single night.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be we're going to have to be on our toes for sure. I think that it's part of why you get into it, right? I enjoy situations like this. I think the region is going to be really competitive. Obviously with Calhoun and who they return at Northwest and the job that Torrey does, and also then you had Gilmer, who with a new coach and a couple of new transfers in that are going to be really competitive and very good. And I think that the region overall this year, Ridgeland, Lafayette, adding those guys, I think that it's a lot more competitive top to bottom than maybe last year's region was for us. And I think that's going to be a challenge. But I also think that we're up for it. We're experienced this year. I think we have a lot of people. Our starting five are all returning, and our first two people, we're a little bit banged up. But I think that once we add some depth to that and get a couple of girls back, we'll be primed for a run. I think we have a group that's so experienced and so competitive. I think they look forward to stuff like that. I think they rise to the challenges usually. So I'm excited about the opportunity to play in a region like this.
The overall, women's sports program at Heritage anyway is just always so consistent. The softball team winning state and the volleyball team moving on, and now even flag football is having success. It just seems like across the board, you guys know how to win down there. You've done that specifically, come in the last 5 years, took a program that had one down year that was really, really young. The next year, you guys are right back. So how has this program been able to maintain that level of consistency, that level of success? And, are you, trying to keep up with everybody else in the school, all the other programs?
Yeah, I think so. I think that the girls and the guys programs for that matter, I think we have a lot of really good coaches at Heritage, and I think that that helps. And I think that we have kids who are tough, and I think they're eager to learn and they're eager to get better. And I think you just kind of have to set the example and how you want the culture. I talk to these guys all the time, how do we want our culture is dynamic, right? It's not static. So it's constantly evolving and changing, but it actually becomes their culture, and they're the ones that set it. So after a while, when you set kind of how you think it should look, these guys carry it out. And I have 3 really good leaders who have done a good job of kind of setting the standard for all the other kids. And before them, the girls that bought into that with my first couple years there, they kind of paved the way for these girls to get to understand how we do things. And I think they're starting to carry that over to the younger girls now. And so I think it's just staying consistent, like you said, and keeping the standard and the way we want to do it. And it may be different for somebody else, but I think we've been pretty fortunate to have really great high character individuals, and that's why it's lasted this long, I think.
Well, Coach, ladies, congratulations on an upcoming season, and get ready to get after it, and we'll be keeping up with you. Thank you.
Thank you.